Welcome everyone to Get in the Robot. I'm Mark.
I'm Fred. It's Get in the Robot with
Oh,
Mark and Fred. Just to be sure, just to be clear.
Sheer.
Sure, man.
That's kind of clear.
That's a great
You want
start.
you want to start over again?
No, it's fine. Like
Get in the Robot.
that's the reality of where I'm at today. Is I'm
With
so tired. Mark, you're in charge today. Please lead the class. I'm so happy to be here.
You're gonna have to remind me of names because I was just
Great.
lasting together my notes as things were happening.
There was only one name I couldn't remember, and it was the old guy who's the vice president, I guess. He works for
Okay.
Gata. Yeah, I don't remember that guy's name.
No, we'll get there when we get there.
Yep.
The episode starts with the new girl, Asuka. Asuka.
So close.
Damn it.
Asuka
Showing up to the school.
Yeah.
And Shinji's boyfriends are being super creepy warriors.
Well, so I wasn't like, was that Toji and Kensuke doing that, or because it sounded like it was a different boy because they were speaking very highly of her, talking about how great she was and how hot she was and all that.
I mean, the boys are horn dogs.
They are, but as soon as it cuts to Kensuke and Toji, Toji's like, yeah, they don't know the half of it. Like he's not
okay.
he's not a big fan of Asuka.
So
Yeah, I think we
what-
were getting a different narrator at the beginning, and I don't think they were the ones
that makes sense because they witnessed her behavior in the last episode.
Yeah.
The other thing too is I think why I was confused is they had the negatives, the film negatives.
Right.
So
I guess they were the ones that took the pictures.
so they took the picture.
But I think they're just making money off of it. I'm not sure. I think that's like a childish, or not childish, but like a money-making scheme of theirs.
And there was it got creepier the more that monologue went. Yeah.
Like fully taking pictures in the changing room and stuff. Pretty bad.
So they're peepers. After that little dialogue exchange, if you will, Ray or Asuka meets Ray. I like their exchange that they have.
Where she's like, it would be good if we were friends. It's like, why? That's like, because it would make things more convenient. Well, if I'm ordered to.
She's a company man.
I wanted to point out the during that little opening montage of peep shots. I enjoyed her opening her locker and just all the
letters, yeah.
It was like a mountain of them, and she just throws them all in the trash.
When she stomps them first, that's what I like.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah,
After the
and during the Rey and Asuka scene, there's an entire crowd of kids following Asuka.
Oh,
And so they're just all in the background watching as Asuka's like standing on this like kind of higher up position, like trying to be holier than Rey or being above Rey, and her getting completely shot down.
She's still swinging her dick around. I like the line that I guess that one of the students in the background mentions, like, why do the weirdos have to stick together, or what, why do the pilots have to be weird? There's some line that's like thrown in there
about how all of the pilots are these weirdos.
Yeah.
They're all protagonists. They've got that protagonist energy, for better or for worse.
That big P energy.
The next note that I've got is that Kaji is sexually harassing Aritsuko.
Totally.
He like shows up behind her.
I guess there's a familiarity there because she's not put off by it. There's like some flirty banter between the two.
But also, I think she was playing into the fact that Masato is watching. I liked the line from Kaji's got a bunch of like really great sleazebag lines, but the like, a woman with a mole in the path of her tears will always have tears or whatever, because she's got one right, she's got a mole right below her eye. It's like, man, what a sleazy line, but also like what a smooth line. Like, Kaji sucks. He seems like he really sucks. He shares that he is going to be on loan to Nerve for the foreseeable future.
And so there's going to be a fixture there.
Exactly. Which Misato's not pumped about. Like, we see Masato, like, looking through the window,
Seething.
seething, just, like, the fogging up the window with her anger, and when she comes in, she doesn't seem upset about the Ritsuko sexual harassment bit, she seems just mad that he's there. So, I think it's multifold that it's not
And
just.
he also implies that, like, they would all hang out.
Yeah.
It definitely underscores again the history that they have together.
Right. Like, they say it later in the episode, but, like, they dated around the time of Second Impact, I guess? Or no, I guess 8 years ago. And so the 3 of them were college friends,
Mm.
and now they all work at the same place. How neat. Oh, yeah, and then an angel attacks.
And that's when I said, "Another one?" Uh,
It is the thing that happens in this show.
I
There are angels.
just because I'm also watching Dragon Ball Z, and
Mhm.
that the way they pace out action and
Yeah.
stuff happening, it's just so great to see stuff happen so frequently on this
Yeah.
show.
This feels like a monster of the week type show. It doesn't always keep this pace, but like, yeah, we last episode was introduction of Asuka, they fight an angel. Episode before that was well, it was 2 episodes before that were a two-part episode of them fighting an angel. So like it's really making their way through these monsters of the week. Except they don't do so good.
They do terribly.
They talk about how Tokyo's intercept is still down from, the prismatic angel from 2 angels ago, and so they're just like, "We're starting it up by, like, throwing these 2 pilots in immediately," and it's just like, "We gotta take them out with 1 shot." And Asuka makes a comment about, like, it doesn't feel right to gang up, like, 2 on 1 doesn't feel like a fair fight, and Misata's like, "We don't have the, like, privilege of having a fair fight when it comes to survival." I don't know, did
Yeah, I
you.
thought that was pretty hardcore. I mean, Asuka just runs in there. Shinji's giving cover fire, but with Asuka's spear thing,
You keep
sword
saying
thing.
Asuke. It's Asuka.
Asuka,
It's like Oscar, but without an R at the end.
Asuka, Asuka uses the sword thing
It's,
and
yeah, she's got some sort of, like, spear blade thing.
cuts that angel in half.
Yep,
I thought that was gross,
it was gross,
very
cool.
meaty, and then it duplicates.
Yeah, and the mask thing that had, like, a red and blue swirl on it goes away, then a normal mask shows up, and then on the other part, another mask shows up, and then, we don't see what happens after that.
But they get messed up.
Oh, my favorite though is Masato, who was just saying, like, "We don't have the privilege of a fair fight, blah, 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 blah," shouts, "That's cheating," when they split up into 2. And so it cuts to a review of what happened, and they.
Oh, so in the background though, they did damage the angel enough that it's like repairing off
No,
screen
no, no.
or
So, the battle got handed off to a different UN force.
oh,
Uh, yeah.
because they held it off for like 6 days or something. They mentioned like they're gonna.
Well, so what happened was the UN used N2 bombs, which are the like massive like
Mm.
atomic bombs or like the power of 2 atomic bombs. And then the commander whose name I can't remember. I feel bad. I need to look that up. He says, "Ugh, we'll have to redraw the map again because such a large crater has been blown into the side of the country.
Okay.
Literally, you're gonna have to redraw the map."
Yeah.
And so he seems frustrated by that rather than like that. And so it was the UN using those N2 bombs that did enough damage to it that they got 6 minutes or 6 days to prepare for the next attack.
Okay.
Um,
And then yeah, Misato has to handle all those complaints.
yeah. I love the shot though, and so the 2 parts of the angels are working, synchronously, and so they make mention that, Shinji and Asuka's, Evas are both face planted deep into the ground with their legs straight up, and that it happened simultaneously the same distance away from one another,
Mm.
or from the center point of the angels. So it was they realize that they're going to have to sync up to fight them. But yeah, they got the desk full of like probably 2 feet tall of papers of complaints and protests and stuff saying get your angel off my lawn.
What's the doctor lady's name again?
Ritsuko,
Ritsuko. She gives um
a jump drive.
a jump drive to Misato, a thumb drive, a
Yeah, somebody will have to write it.
flashcard.
we used to call USB drives or thumb drives jump drives, and I don't know why, and I don't know when it stopped.
Well, it's like jump started the program, right? Is that because that's
Well,
kinda what you're
yeah, I
hinting
was saying this when we were at CC back in
no one's gonna know what
2004.
that
I know, but, like, in 2004, we were using Light Studio or something. It was a 3D modeling program that was, like, a really, like, fancy one that was like a SIGGRAPH, like, you would normally use, like, an SGI station for it, but we had to have, like, a USB drive that plugged in to the computer to authenticate that that was the computer that was using the software at the time, and I remember that being called a jump drive, but also I think a jump drive would be like a boot drive too, so something that would have, like, an operating system on it, so I don't know. I think that I thought it was fun what you called it a jump drive earlier today because I haven't heard that word in probably in a decade. And if I have, it's been through you. Because I really
no one's
think
corrected me since, so
it's like, yes,
please
jump drive.
write in and
Yeah.
what do you call that thing?
What do you call that thing? Let's see. Where were we? Light
Oh,
flip
but yeah,
shots.
so
Redraw the map. Oh,
I
Gendo's out of town again.
but that jump drive had some information to bail,
It was a plan.
oh, it was a plan, okay.
And so what I think it was the music.
Oh.
But I'm not sure, like, you never see that jump drive again. Damn it, I'm gone. There. You never find that, like, memory stick again, but it was, like, "To my love" or whatever it said, on the side of it because it was from Kaji. And I in that moment, when Misato hears that it's from Kaji, she's, like, enamored with the fact that it was from Kaji.
Right, she seems pretty into
She
that.
seems into it.
So it turns out the plan to get, uh, Asuka
Mhm.
and Shinji to work together is to live together.
Yep. They move Asuka, and you see a DHL truck driving away, and when Shinji gets into the apartment, sees DHL boxes throughout the entire thing, like giant moving boxes throughout the apartment, and then he opens the door to his room, and it's covered from wall to wall and an entire floor's worth of these moving boxes, only to find that, he's been replaced, and all of his meager belongings were thrown into a single box, and she's, like, opening and closing the sliding paper door, and she's like, "I don't understand why there's no privacy and, like, why, things are so small." And, they do a lot of this in this episode where they talk about, like, "Oh, the Japanese way is this." And so Misato says that, it's the Japanese way to put the needs of others before yourself, and so that's why things are smaller and more compact. And Asuka's like, "Oh, okay." And then they learn that Asuka says that she's replacing Shinji, but in fact, they're moving it together.
And Asuka's, like, complaining a lot.
Yeah. They sit down and, Misato gives them the plan of action, but she does it while opening a beer, which I thought was pretty great. Like, we've got Misato in full, like, boss mode, but while she's wearing her, like, pajamas and drinking a beer, which was a fun change of pace. So let's see. They have to get together, they have to work together. I don't know. You take over. My brain's not working so good.
Mm, they have to get in sync. Yeah, I just there's the initial culture shock that Asuka's having. They have like this kind of DDR
Yeah,
and
it's like
sensor
DDR, but
fusion
like,
pad that they have to operate together with the music.
oh, sorry, before that, the kids come over. Toji and Kensuke show up and the class president show up, and they don't realize that they're going to the same place. And yeah, they come in and
Oh,
they're
they're
watching.
surprised to see them living together.
Yes. And they're wearing the same clothes.
Yeah.
They're like, "You're wearing the same matching clothes in this day and age?" Like,
Oh, I thought it was kind of like a reference back to the ship. Like y'all are doing that again,
oh, yes, and
like the plug
yes.
suits
Yeah. And yeah.
from last episode, and then they just hang out together as they're watching them
Yeah.
struggle coordinating their moves.
Misato's kind of like laughing at the whole situation.
Asuka, I think
Nope.
Oscar,
Asuka.
Asuka,
Yeah.
Asuka is having a hard time to the point where she's like,
Yeah, so
"Why can't I just do it with Ray?"
So I liked there's like a subtle shot there where like you hear the failure and then it cuts over to them and she's throwing a little fit. And if you've noticed, Shinji hasn't failed at this point. So
Ah.
Asuka failed first, but she's like, he's messing up.
Yeah, she keeps throwing him under the bus, and
And
instead
then
of replacing Shinji with Rei, Misato replaces
Asuka with Ray. Yeah.
and
And Ray and Shinji immediately
just a
just
sync up,
yep.
and she gets all hurt about that, goes up
She
to the roof.
no, she runs away to a convenience store.
Oh, is that where they are?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
so they you see the, like, line of cans and stuff, that's
Mm.
she's at a convenience store, and the only reason I know this is because in the next shot, she's eating a sandwich that she'd picked up from the convenience store. Little, like,
She'll
little
have to
triangle.
learn to put others' needs above herself
Yeah.
because she's a stupid Westerner.
Yep. That's I think that is the message of the asset, huh? Is
She
that
takes
what
up too much space. She's kind of rude. The world revolves around her, and she
Yeah,
has to.
she's constantly, like, both, like, metaphorically and physically putting herself above others and then failing, and it's all her, like, pride, her superiority complex just crumbling all
And even the point of working together when she finally realizes, oh, it's me. It's still in that vein of like, I'm gonna do it to show them up.
Yeah, it's like, "We're gonna do this so good that it's gonna make everybody else look bad," and Shinji's like, "We don't have to do that, we just need to do a good job." And she's like, "I thought you were a man." It's like, "Well, it's clearly a 14-year-old boy, but sure." Yeah, Oscar runs away, and then we get the montage, and the montage is one of my favorite bits of animation throughout the series, I think. It's just, like, a whole bunch of them living together and learning to, like, become in sync, but you see them, like, getting in the way of each other a bunch. They eat ramen at the same time. Pen Pen also eats the ramen at the same time. Pen Pen and Shinji are waiting outside of the restroom door. Shinji's next in line. Asuka slams the door open, and Pen Pen runs in instead of Shinji, which I love. It's just a great sequence that like they put so much animation into that montage, like a bunch of like original shots that require full composition, full animation shots, that it really kind of puts a point on the rest of the episode that's like, okay, we're gonna reuse a bunch of these action shots
Uh,
from previous in the episode. And then like I'll bring it up when we get to the angel battle, but they reuse a lot of animation.
so after that, we cut to Nerve. We're in the
Oh, we're I don't think oh,
it
yes.
says like they're in the elevator.
No, that
Like
was
the
after the bedtime scene.
oh, that's after the bedtime. Did I miss all that? I
What?
think so the bedtime scene happens before the elevator scene.
Yes.
Okay, so the bedtime scene, they go to bed together.
Well, no. So since Misato's not in the apartment, Asuka's like, "Oh, good, then we don't have to sleep in the same room together." And she throws her stuff, her
Like
blanket
in
and
the
pillow in the
closet.
closet. Yeah,
She shuts it. Shinji's listening to music in his own little well, in the actual room area.
yeah.
And then
It like a lot of time passes. The lights are out, the sun's down, and she gets up to go to the restroom.
and Shinji tries to act or he acts like he's asleep.
Well,
He cuts off his music when he hears stirring.
yeah. But he's just, like, looking off into space and not focusing on her, and then she comes and lays down next to him while he's got right, he was pretending to be asleep,
When he
his eyes
opens his
were closed.
eyes again,
Like, her cleavage is very much in his face, and he goes like, his eyes literally bulge out, like, cartoonishly for a frame, which is such a, like, funny we don't see that happen, like, we don't lean too far into the cartoon in this series very often, like, with the, like, Looney Tunes style cartoonishness, and so I thought that was really funny, and then what happens next is not great.
yeah, because she's clearly having
She's a
she's asleep,
she's clearly asleep, and Shinji is very excited,
and he's getting closer
and
as
he's,
if
like,
he's gonna
trying to
trying to
kiss
kiss her.
her,
Yeah,
and then, her lips start moving, and Shinji's still going for a kiss. And then the camera goes to her eyes and she's got tears. And Shinji's like starting to sweat, like, I'm not sure that I want to do this. And then it cuts back to her and she's saying mama in her sleep. And it goes back to Shinji, who's like now fully like put off by it. He's like, never mind. I'm gonna do the right thing and not do any of this. And he gives her the bed and then goes and lays elsewhere.
He also says,
You're just a kid too.
yeah,
Um, there'll be more of that in the future. Not that
okay.
like, but there's more about Asuka being a child and not wanting to be a child uh moving forward. But yeah, it's like that scene sucks. It's so uncomfortable, but it also does a really good job of setting up their dynamic again. Like we got a bit of it in the previous episode where we introduced Asuka and we saw them together, but now like their relationship is deepening in a way that like makes it less shallow. That's what deep
Mm.
things typically do. Yeah, never mind. I don't know what I'm talking
Then
about. Then the elevator.
then the elevator at Nerve, it opens up to, Kaji
Yeah.
making out with Misato.
Yes.
And
And like,
for a brief frame, there's, like, that pose of, like, that sailor's kiss, like, post World War II,
oh
the
yeah.
dock, like, in we're in New York or wherever that was in big
The
city.
body language though of it is that like he's holding her arms out like in a way to like he's pressing himself onto her.
Uh-huh.
And it is not consensual until after a while it becomes consensual. And it's so uncomfortable after that scene we had just watched with the
Mhm.
kids trying to do this kind of a thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kaji's toxic.
Kaji's problematic as hell. He says she gets out of the elevator and she's like, we don't, there's nothing between us anymore. None of this is like, this is nothing. And
He's all like, "You didn't say no."
he's like, you didn't say no. Your lips didn't say no. And he's like, your lips are your words, which are, am I supposed to listen to? It's like, dude, it's so gross. And then we see her go off and have oh yeah, he hands her the papers and stuff that she dropped. And then once the elevator door just closed and he goes away, she throws her papers at the door again, angry. And then she meets up with Ritsuko for coffee, where Ritsuko mentions that she's unusually sober.
Yeah, and also tries to, like, pry, like, "What's
Yeah.
what's going on with"
It's like, is it work or is it a man? And Misato's like, it's a lot of things.
Yeah, she's asking if she's still in love and what else.
Yeah,
We go
they just have coffee. That coffee looked delicious.
let's get some more coffee.
And then yeah, then it just kind of goes to the day of. Like the angel is back, it's ready to fight, and so are Asuka and Shinji. They have 62 seconds to defeat the angel. I don't know where that number comes from.
What's their power source, right? Like, it's, that's how much,
Uh,
power they have
gotcha. Yeah.
to, like, function without being plugged in.
And they're airdropped into the sequence together as well, which is cool. Yeah, and so they have to synchronize their attacks. They've got 62 seconds. The music is this like
Yeah, I didn't mind the timer in the bottom,
oh no, I thought it was cool because it shows that all of this is happening in real time.
and I liked the, how graceful the fight was.
Yeah,
Awesome.
they're fully dancing around and then like dodging behind a wall at the same time and then like shooting at the same time and then they end it with a dive kick to both of the angels' cores, or they beat the shit out of the individuals. The individuals form back into a singular, and then they dive kick the core, and it's over.
Blows up, but it is embarrassing how it
Yeah,
ends.
they still end up on top of each other while the world is watching. Presumably, I don't know
It's just
why.
like, why is that embarrassing? Like, y'all just
Well,
defeated the thing.
just because of the way that they're like handling it, I think. Where Asuka's like, "Get off my robot," or
Right, Asuka makes it worse
yeah,
than it actually is. I mean, she just is unnecessarily drawing attention to certain things and then brings up the
The
sleepover
sleepover thing.
sequence.
This is all on, like, official comms, so literally everybody in Nerve is hearing all of
And
it.
you know they have to record this
Yeah.
shit, like, for official document somewhere. So the leader or the commander in the
Yeah.
command center is, like, get
Like,
feeling
they're embarrassing
secondhand
us again.
embarrassment.
Uh, so there are a few things that happen throughout the episode. I mentioned the, like, cartooniness of, like, the eye bulge thing, but there are a couple of other scenes that, like, are not typical of the series. One of them is, during the first battle, Shinji is, like, talking to Asuka over comms, or, like, Asuka's talking about the battle is like, "Oh, this is my first debut battle. I don't wanna do it with someone else. I wanna do it on
Mhm.
my own." And then, Shinji pops up in, like, a little picture-in-picture thing and talks to her. And, she yells at it, like, gets all big and yells at it, and the screen, he cowers away from it as though they're, like, in like, the
As if
conversation.
she's physically
Yes.
bigger than him.
And it's cute and it's funny, and then, like,
I like
there's a
that too.
couple more of those shots where, like, it's very, very silly cartoonish, but my favorite is the idea that at the very end, when the 2 Evas are on top of one another and Shinji's got out of his entry plug, he hears a phone ringing and, like, a little, uh, hole opens up in the fin, like, the shoulder fin of the Eva, and he picks up, like, an old receiver style phone thing that, she, like, pops out of in, like, a hologram and yells at him. Like, it's so ridiculous in this world that has been, like, very grounded,
Mhm.
and, like, all of their tech is very considered. Then, like, now we've just thrown, like, there's of course, why isn't there a rotary phone in the Evangelion's shoulder?
I just took it as playing up the kids being
Totally.
ridiculous.
I love it, like, I love it for how funny and out of nowhere it is. I also kinda hate it because it's so far outside of what they have been doing. So, I'm mixed on it, but ultimately, like, it's a good sequence, a good moment. That's how we end it, is with, the vice president guy saying, like, "The kids are embarrassing us again." What was your favorite bit? What'd you like? What'd you dislike?
I liked when Pen Pen needed to use the restroom and he goes first.
I liked when, the student president, the class president is holding Pen Pen, like she's meeting him for the first time, and so she's holding him like a little doll. Liked that a lot.
Yeah, a ton happened here. I liked when that the angel split in half for the first time, even though it was kind of gross. It was really cool because it's clear that the angels are adapting to whatever it's being thrown at them. Um,
This is the first bipedal one since
the first one,
the
right?
first one, yeah. We got real abstract by having, like, a prism, and then,
Oh yeah.
most recently was the, like, big whale thing, I guess?
Hmm.
Each angel is so drastically different than the one before it.
I like all the sexual tension that's happening. I just don't like the non-consensual stuff that's
Yeah.
kind of creeping in more.
Yeah, I don't recall there being that much more of it. There is unfortunately more of it for sure. Like the parallel of Shinji and Asuka and Ray, not Ray, Ray's not involved. Misato and Kaji is like it's interesting because it shows them in, like, the same situation, and, like, the show's kinda romanticizing the way that, like, Kaji is doing it, where, like, Kaji is a man, and he does go for it, and he does make it happen, whereas, like, Shinji's a coward who backed away from, a non-consensual kiss with a sleeping woman, sleeping child.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is gross. I see what they're doing with it, but it's very gross.
Well, he's also a kid, so at least for them, it'd be age appropriate. If it were consensual,
Sure.
be age appropriate.
Yeah.
But also, yeah, it's just, yeah, it does show that dynamic where it's like Kaji's like full on just this toxic individual, and Shinji still has a chance to like
Yeah.
grow into like a decent person,
Right.
albeit he has to learn all these lessons by being called out.
He's learning a lot of lessons, that a child probably shouldn't have to that young, but
Well, being a child soldier,
yeah,
will
totally.
teach you, will kind of age you up a little bit, I'm sure.
Yeah. Is there anything else we missed? Do you have any other thoughts on this episode? You say that a lot happened, but also it kinda didn't. It was like a fun episode.
I mean, they tee up the this new angel.
Mhm.
Well, we're at school. They tee up the new angel. Then we're at Nerve. Then we're in the apartment, and then we're back at Nerve, and then it's the graceful fight, and
Yeah.
then I feel like there's a lot of setting changes
Sure. I
and a
mean,
lot of
yeah. The final battle with the angel, that's where I was talking about them reusing a bunch of animation, like, the backflip scene
Mhm.
that they go back to twice, and they reuse the animation cycle of the
I didn't
episode doing the
mind that.
backflips.
I did not
I
mind
it
that.
just really stuck out because previously in the episode, there were so many shots, and there were so many different locations and stuff, and they fully animate all of it. Like, every sequence is just really well considered. The montage is my favorite because it's, like, a whole bunch of shots of, like, fully animated bits where, like, stuff is happening, and it's, like, the entire scenery of it is animated rather than just, like, a bunch of still shots of people talking. And then it kind of, like, runs out of money, I think, by the end of the episode. They're just like, "Oh, we have to finish this episode, get
Mhm.
it out. So, yeah, we'll reuse this bit over and over again." That 62-second battle at the end feels kind of anticlimactic almost.
Mm.
It's just like, "Okay, cool, you guys did it. Yay."
Well, considering there's so much tension and relationship drama that's happening in
Yeah.
between each battle, I think is really um kind of gives it that lackluster. But to me, I liked it. I liked the coordination that they were able to achieve because it to me it seems like it's hinting at something as far as them being able to work better together. But
Yeah.
clearly, with the whole Asuka figuring out like, oh, you did try to kiss me that night. Like
I
they have a lot.
Oh, that's right, they
They
kept,
have a lot
like
to grow. They have a lot more room to grow
yeah.
as a team.
It is funny that she was just bringing that up as, like, a concept, not a thing that she knew that was happening, and then for that to be a thing that happened, for her to be like, "Wait a second, I was right?"
Hmm.
Yeah, good episode.
Oh, one more
We're
thing.
9 episodes in too. We're, like, nearly halfway through the series.
I don't know if you can insert this earlier, but yeah, with the Dance Dance Revolution, that's one thing I did like, or just kind of seemed frustrating because they're putting Shinji in this situation where Rei and Shinji clearly are a better team
Yeah.
than Asuka and Shinji at that point. And so when Asuka runs out crying, um, they tell Shinji, go
Oh,
out and
yeah.
chase her.
Yeah, the class president is like, "You made her cry,
You made
go
me cry.
fix it."
Yeah, go fix it. Like it's his responsibility.
Uh,
It's like he didn't do anything. He's just doing his job.
I don't know. I think that, yeah, she like, her feelings were hurt, though, and so he needed to do something about it. And especially with him being in the position of, like, he has to work with her, it's
Mhm.
time to do that. We really don't get a whole lot of Ray in this episode. You get her at the beginning being like, "I don't wanna be your friend," and then, "Yeah, I'll do the dance, whatever, easy peasy." But it was nice. Like,
It was nice.
it is silly that when you think about it, it's like, "Oh, well, yeah, it should have just been Shinji and Ray. We shouldn't have bothered with this." But that would have damaged Asuka's pride, and
Mhm.
that would have been good for future missions.
All in all, great episode.
Yeah, good episode, and, yeah, we'll see you guys next mission? No, that's
Yeah.
bad. That's bad, I don't like that,
I'll
that's
see
all
you
cheesy.
guys next Angel.
We might not see an angel next time either.
Oh,
We'll see you next episode.
hey, work too.
Follow, like, subscribe, etcetera, jazz, all that stuff. Yeah.
Give me all the stars.
Give us as many
Now just give me all the stars.
give Mark as many stars as you can muster. Me, I'll take
You can email him his stars.
email me your stars.
Thank you.